What's going on? This is Bully the Kid. Hopefully this is going to be a very, very short video. This is, what amp should I buy? I often ask that question myself. I have, I think, 3 setups. You know, I have one that I leave in my church. Then I have a gigging cab that's separate, which is this one right here, the Beast Boom Bass Cabinet 1015 tank. And I think I have like two different heads that I use with this cab. The new one that I just got, the Elf, and before that I was using the TC Electronic. I've since passed my Fender Rumble 500 amp head to my sister so she can practice and stuff. So she's holding on to that one for the time being. And I got 2 separate amp heads that I use with this cabinet. Aside from that, I have the Fender Stage 800, which is an awesome amp. And the reason why I picked these particular amps is this right here. For me, because I'm going to be playing small to medium clubs and small to medium venues, maybe some large venues that'll have a PA system already ran, and I'll do sound check and all that stuff. I figured I didn't need to get, you know, 810s or 412s or have to lug all that stuff around just to play a gig. And it's really easy to buy more equipment than you need and have to tussle with a 1980s Ampeg SVT, whatever. Aside from that, stuff is really expensive. So I pretty much shop for what is gonna fill my need at the time. So whenever I bought this cabinet here, the cab that I had was a Galen-Kruger 15, and I was using that with the Fender Rumble head, and that one was cool, except it had a limitation as far as wattage, so it couldn't go up as loud as I need for some of the bigger venues. So my idea was, let me get a 15. Well, let me get a double speaker cab, so I'll have, like, you know, I feel like 2 10s is too small. Can't really find 2 12s that I like. I mean, I had the Galen-Kruger 2 12s before, but even that had some wattage. Now, when I linked the 212 and the 15 up with the RB 1001 head, it was beautiful. But again, we get to the lugging all this equipment stuff around. And if you're a musician and you're gigging, you're trying to get in, get out, and not tussle with a whole bunch of equipment every single time you have to play something. So this is where the Beast first came in. I found this cabinet searching online for different setups. Like, you know, what I wanted was, I thought I was gonna get 2 8s and a 15. That's what I was thinking, and I think PV makes something like that, you know, so I can catch my high end and do my slap stuff, and I still have a nice round bottom, the 15 and stuff. Even still, that's gonna be heavy. So me up searching the internet, ran across this this company, Boom Bass Cabinets, and they have a setup where it's a 10 in the front and a 15 that fires down. There's vents on the side, and it's only like at the most 40 pounds, like 35 pounds or something like that. So I ended up go ahead and making that purchase. Now, it did set me back a little bit, but I can't beat it, and I have no reason. I didn't necessarily need to buy the Fender Stage 800. I just wanted to have that type of functionality. Like, it gave me the ability to have, you know, like 15 different amp models and add effects, and I didn't have to buy any pedals. It came with a pedal. I could set all the loops and effects and all that good stuff all in one package without anything else. And it had the ability to create, mix and match my own amp with cabinet speaker variations at any given time. So it has a app that you use your phone, and you can change and make tones and set up your presets or your users presets or whatever whenever you feel like it on the fly. And the functionality of it was great. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get this app. I already liked how Fender sound, so I know from the Rumble 500, and I played a Bassman 300, that they have nice tone. I like them. Some people don't. It's not for everybody, but I like it. So I went ahead and made that purchase. But for you, what should you buy? So the first thing you need to think about is what venue or what stage are you going to be taking? If you're going to be playing small clubs, you don't need to buy 810s. Same token, you don't necessarily need to buy 110, because that probably won't be enough unless you're going to get it mic'd and line out and all that stuff, you know. So it's kind of a nice balance. If I was starting out and I was having to buy something, I would start out with a combo, probably a 15. My first setup was a PV TNT 115. So it was like a 300 watt combo amp, and it was cool for me to start out on. I didn't know anything about amps or EQing and anything, and I messed up everything. I sounded horrible when I first started out. And you know, move on, upgrade, move on and stuff. So that was my first setup. I had a 115. I have some friends that started out with a bass cabinet, and then they got their own head, and sometimes they mix and match brands. So one of my friends has a Carvin 410 setup, neodymium speakers, really lightweight, and he uses a Behringer 2000 with that. Now, it's not the highest graded quality, but his sound sounds pretty good through it. I think he may have swapped out some tweeters and stuff like that to make it more his own, but that was the platform he started with, and his rig sounds pretty good, so it's not a bad thing. But yeah, so the first thing is know the stage that you're playing. Second is be aware of your budget. You don't necessarily have to go into huge debt just to fill this need, but you don't want to spend so little money that you're upset at your purchase later. Like, nobody wants to grow out of what the heck they have, or be playing, have an idea of what you want to get, and then get into the situation to figure out it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? So something like, hey, I want to be able to put out 300 watts because I have to compete with a lead guitarist and a drummer, and all I have is a 112 situation. Well, probably should have got, you know, 210s or 115 or did some type of setup like that, but you don't know that until it's already done. Most cabinets these days have the ability to extend to another cabinet, so that gives you more low end. It may not give you more output. Sometimes it does, it just depends, but it can give you more low end. But I would look at the owner's manual before you try to make those decisions and stuff like that. Because some speaker combinations, the ohm load doesn't work out, and you can mess up your cabinet and mess up your setup really, really easy. So there's that. What else would I like to say? So know your venue, know your budget, and set it up for the type of music you play. If you play country, you know, or if you play something with low rolling notes, you might want to look at 15s. If you play quick, fast, slappy, funky music, you might want to look at 10s, because the response or sensitivity is different for the larger speakers, you know. So it just depends on what genre of music you play. I kind of mix both of them. I play gospel, and I love to play funk in my own spare time whenever I'm doing gigs. I like doing it. Like, that's my style. So sorry about that, got a call. So for my style, having the 10 and the 15 works out really well in pretty much any and every situation. At my church, I have a Bagheera head. I think it's 1,000 watts RMS at 8 ohms, and then 2,000 RMS watts, or 2,000 watts at 4 ohms. If that's real world, I have no idea. I don't have a need to crank it up that much, and I rarely go past 1 o'clock on the gain and the master volume, rarely. So it does the thing. And then my cabinet that I have, it started out as I think it started out as a Carvin, actually. Yeah, it was given to me by a friend, gave me a bass as well. and he had extra stuff, and he was switching from carving equipment, heads, cabinets, and he switched to Eden. So he rocks with Eden now, and they sound pretty good. They're just a little bit pricey for me, so I can't do that. But he swapped it over, and he had this just chilling in the house, had stuff on top. He was like, "Hey man, you want this?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So me playing with the carving, I overpowered it, blown the speakers, so I had to get a whole new setup. So I took the time to switch it from 8 ohms in the cabinet, the speakers to 410s, and I switched them out to make the wiring go down to 4 ohms so I can get the full capacity of the amp head. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and did that. I also changed out the tweeter because I felt like it was going to be necessary later. But that's the church setup. So, number 1, you have to find out what venue, what are you playing. Number 2, keep aware of your budget. Number 3, what genre of music you're playing. And number 4, play everything and just choose what you like. If you can't buy the one you want, save your money and then buy it later. Don't buy something, waste your money, and then be upset at what the heck you have. This thing has gone, 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes now. So I'm going to go ahead and end it with that. Any questions, comment down below. My name is Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stand on your head, do push-ups. You gotta do so much stuff for YouTube, man. Whatever, man. I just want to make content that everybody enjoys, that you can share and use in your bass journey. Thank y'all for watching me. Thank y'all for finding me. I appreciate it, each and every one of y'all. And till next time, this is Bully the Kid, Alan Brown. Y'all be easy.